happening? What's happening? We trapping. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. I appreciate all the love and support. Let's get it. Shout out to Lord King. Shout out to Kelvin Hicks. Shout out to Cameron in the building. Shout out to Eric Wallace in the building. Miss Etta Lockhart. You know what I'm saying? Jameson Taylor. Cowboys Gumbo. Michael Lockhart. We got the Lockhart fam in this building. You understand? Shout out to Tommy Montoya. Patrice Langful in the building. Miss Regina Green with the green. Bruce got the toxic juice. We in the building, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Make sure you hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Let's get it. As you can hear, I'm still fighting this little cold I got going on, but I'm still gonna make it through. You understand me? Let's get it. It's gonna take more than that to stop a trap. You understand me? Let's get it. Shout out to Darain Gomez. Shout out to you. Sorry if I butchered your name. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Jeffrey Smith. Shout out to Zest for Melda, James Simmons. Dak Owns Philly. What's happening, sir? We in the building with it. John Cofield on Facebook. Shout out to all my people supporting and rocking out with your boy. Jake Can 38. What's happening with you, sir? We in the building, man. But you know, first and foremost, we gotta make sure those haters doing exactly what they was put on God's green earth to do. And that's hate, you understand me? Let's get it. You already know what time it is. Yeah. They hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Let's go.
All this money in my face. Hey. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Hey. Ain't no looking back. Came a long way. Hey. I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey. That what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey.
And we just get cake and they just in the way. Hey. Let's get it, y'all. Let's do it.
That what make them hate. Hey. Cause we just getting cake and they just
hit that like and share for the squad.
Landlord is showing how to ball.
Let's go.
You ain't in on the team, you just a ball.
You know we gotta make sure them haters are doing exactly what they was made to do.
I probably average your
hating on America's team, you understand? Let's get these lights up, let's get these shares up. We in the building with it. The trap is back in full effect. Let's get it.
My brother, that made me go harder. That turned me to a monster. Now I'm focused on the comma.
Yes, sir.
I'ma run of them comma, the summer, run of them numbers.
Hey, them boys know what time it is. Yes, sir. We in the building. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Let's get it. Finna jump off the show shortly. Everybody go get you some trap snacks, you understand? Too far to pay attention, you wildin' out. Let's get it. Hey, shout out to everybody rocking, man. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Now, you might think you at school or maybe even at home or watching us through a phone, but I promise you, you are in the trap, sir.
Trap.
I promise. What's happening? Shout out to Brian Kite in the building. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. You already coming out, and it's a lot of little stuff I want to touch on, but I'm very, very excited about this wide receiving core. The more I look at it, the more I think about it. Excuse me. I think this Brandon Cooks addition to this wide receiving core has definitely been overlooked and kind of, flying under the radar, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy about it. I think the Michael Gallup resurgence is finna be overlooked too. I feel like everybody's sleeping on our people, so I'm really, really excited about looking at this wide receiving core and seeing what some of the things I've been hearing them say. Shout out to Miss Regina L. Chase. You know we got that fried bologna in there for you. You already know that. But wait, is that a bird? Is it a plane? Oh, that's just nefarious news, of course. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody rocking. Okay. Don't make no mistake about it. You already know we will have Cavante Turpin in the building Wednesday night. You know that. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Y'all make sure y'all come show a lot of love and support. Y'all know we wouldn't be able to do this type of stuff without the support of the nation. So, give y'all a round of applause. We appreciate y'all. So make sure y'all tune in. It is going down. I know y'all want to hear from Mr. Turpin, Mr. Turbo in the building. So, yes, sir, I can't wait to do that interview right there. Bam. Now, this is one of the news that's came out. The Cowboys have reportedly opened a long-term contract talks with with cornerback Trayvon Diggs per Sports Illustrated. So I think that's big news for us. Trap. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. Sometimes I have to clear my throat because I am fighting a cold. So y'all forgive me. But I think this is good news for us as a whole. The team has been needed to address this. We don't want nothing to go awry. We don't want anybody to get, disgruntled or nothing like that. We don't want nobody holding out, being another distraction. We don't want anything of the sort when it comes to that. So I hope the Cowboys have cleaned up the way they like to do business, man, because I'm sick of all of the smear campaign and the tug of war battle publicly on national TV, how they like to do business. So hopefully we can just get this deal done, man, and go on wrap Trayvon Diggs up. He is a top 5 player in his position, and it shouldn't even be that big of a deal. Just sign the man, pay him what he's worth. That's what I want to see. Trap. That's what I want to see. Pay the man what he's worth because, like I said, you won't find a better ball hawk, that's for sure. And then he's not bad at coverage at all. And he was one of the top tackling cornerbacks in the league too. Even though a lot of people was butthurt about the Kittle play. I know it. The young man was still a top 5 tackler in his position as well. So I think we need to put a little respect on our player name. And he do deserve a lot of respect. So, I hope the Joneses take heed and pay the man what he deserves, without too much foolishness attached to it. This is, speaking of the cornerbacks, this is from Stephon Gilmore, the new addition to the Cowboys. It says, Dan Quinn is a great coach. They had a great defense last year. I'm just trying to bring my athletic ability on the team and make plays for the defense because it was already good, just trying to make them better. Trap. I think that's excellent from Mr. Stephon Gilmore. He was a lifelong Cowboy fan, him and his family. So I'm sure he can't wait to suit up and make plays in that 2-1, man. In the Deion Sanders number, man. I just think those were 2 key additions. It happened so early in the offseason. That's not typical for the Cowboys. So I think we kind of got a little, I think we're a little off track because we'll usually be making our free agent plays round about this time now. Trap. We'll be just not making our first free agent acquisition about right now. You know that. So I think this happened so late in the year. I mean, it happened so early in the year that the steam and the allure and the hype and stuff kind of died down with him and Cooks. But, man, I don't think people understand how gangster this defense finna be with the addition of Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks. We don't have to have a laundry list or a grocery list of people that we acquire to make this team better. This was a 12-5 team. But the additions that we did choose to make, I think it's going to make a huge difference, especially with the caliber and the character that Stephon Gilmore is alongside with Brandon Cooks. Hey, I'm telling y'all, I think they sleeping on us, and it's very peculiar to be the Cowboys and people sleeping on us. But, hey, I love it. I love flying under the radar. I think we shine the brightest in that type of situation. Trap. I really do. So I can't wait to see what Stephon Gilmore adds to this team. And everybody loves to work with Dan Quinn, so it's going to be lit. Shout out to Dallas Cowboys Squad on Instagram. with the graphic. He says Michael Parsons talks about the Dallas Cowboys re-signing so many defensive starters in free agency while adding all-pro cornerback Stephon Gilmore and rookie D tackle Mozzie Smith. Excuse me. He says, you just feel it in the room. Everybody is like, this gotta be our year, man. Trap. I don't think people understand how big that was. Like I said, go back to all of the things we did early in free agency. You got to think about this. We retained a lot of key people. Now, I ain't going to lie. When we came into this, I ain't going to lie. I didn't want to tell y'all. I might have did say it, though. But I kind of almost just forfeited Damian Wilson. Donovan Wilson. I just kind of figured he was gone already. I really did. But when you think about the way Dan Quinn has really just shaped this whole culture, man, I don't think nobody wants to lead these people. I don't think nobody want to lead Dan Quinn, and then Dan Quinn didn't even want to lead. Trap. With Dan Quinn wanting to stay, that says a lot to me, y'all. This man, Dan Quinn, could have been a head coach anywhere. He chose to stay with this group for a reason. He already feels that he want to do something special. You seen this man with the Doomsday T-shirt on. You seen him with the Doomsday T-shirt on. He means business. And hey, I got that same shirt. I was feeling the same way last year before the defense kind of started letting up a little bit, But I think this year, I think it's lit because I told you the biggest void we had on our defense was the cornerback 2 position, in my opinion. Anything else we could have probably worked around or survived. Now, the interior defensive line was a problem as well, but I think the biggest problem was cornerback 2 because it was too many pressure release situations for these quarterbacks, for the opposing quarterbacks to just hike the ball and just throw it at Anthony Brown or throw it at whoever cornerback 2 was. So that won't be, that won't be an option this year. So they going to have to respect Stephon Gilmore over there. And just a few extra ticks for Michael Parsons to go rush, man, it is doom and gloom for these boys. It's over, I feel like, real time. Trap. I really feel like it's over. So I love the addition. I love what this defense is doing. I don't have no complaints about this defense. If we get Mozzie Smith, to just ball out, it's going to be over with. If we get Mozzie to even act like he pressuring anybody, it's going to be real sad for these boys, man. I can't wait to see what this defense is finna do. T-Dub said your thought about Callaway was going to make this team. Man, ain't nobody studying that, y'all, man. I wasn't even finna bring him up, but I guess you said something about him. Hey, I hope he do well. I hope he get whatever he got going on together, but I don't think that affects us in a good way or a bad way, really, because I don't think he was a real part of this team, a real contributor. And that's just the press. Don't worry about it. If this was any other franchise practice squad player, I don't even think that would have made the news, man. Trap. The Cowboys been squeaky clean for years, sir. So now they want to find a way to say, hey, the Cowboys being nefarious again. That dude barely got a star on his head. But that would have been the Browns practice squad player. You wouldn't have heard nothing about it. You already know why, and we don't even got to go over that. We know why. We already know why.
We are America's team, the most watched, the most hated. Y'all don't like us, but y'all tune in every Sunday.
We understand that. Okay. Shout out to, I can't think of who this was on Twitter, so forgive me. But it says, we said this during the evaluation process. This is Mike McCarthy on Mozzie Smith. We feel there's a lot more pass rush potential in his body than based on the opportunities he has shown in his college career. He's off to a good start, man. Listen. Trap. Listen to me, man. If this dude come out here pass rushing, man, it is over for these suckers. I'm telling you right now. Look, we was gonna be fine without Myers Smith being a pass rushing threat. If this dude do better than we expect, if he just let's see, if he just stop run stuff and stuff, because that's what we expected from him. If we can get that from him, that's gonna be a big time plus. We don't even need that really. We got enough pass rush. We really need Myers Smith to keep them guards from getting to the second level and stuff like that. But if he do anything extra, it is absolutely over for these suckers, I promise you. So, let's see. Yeah, I really liked that quote by Mike McCarthy. They see pass rush ability inside the young man. It says, now this right here really grinding my gears. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Mr. Emmanuel Acho. I did have a bone to pick with you, sir. They said, without Aaron Rodgers, I don't know who Mike McCarthy is. Oh, Lord. I just get so sick and tired of these clickbait topics they be on, man. Trap. I don't even see how these people be on TV. They just have jobs, like, not to just fully discredit these people, but like some of these topics and things they say be so outlandish that it don't even really deserve a response. But like, okay, y'all praise Aaron Rodgers like he is the second coming of Jesus. Then you just disrespect Mike McCarthy like he was just on the sideline holding the clipboard. I don't get it. What has Aaron Rodgers done since Mike McCarthy? Mike McCarthy just started back coaching. Mike McCarthy came to the Dallas Cowboys, got us 12-5 back-to-back seasons. We got to the playoffs both seasons. Like, I just don't see why it's such a high level of disrespect to Mike McCarthy, but it's so much praise for Aaron Rodgers. This the same dude who running people out of the building. This the same dude who demanding trades and just doing anything he want to do. But Mike McCarthy is the villain over here. I just don't get it. I just don't understand why they be trying to play with Big Mike like that. But I hope us as Cowboy Nation, I hope us collectively as a whole, we can understand what Mike McCarthy has brought to the table. Do not let the mainstream media trick you and act like Mike McCarthy is not him. I don't want to hear that.
I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him, Jones. I'm him, Duncan.
Mike McCarthy has done an outstanding job so far, and then he done had his hands tied behind his back while his OC was the ops.
Hey, yo, pass me a lighter, I'm trying to smoke me up.
His OC was his own op. And he still got you 12-5 back-to-back years with success. And he had a whole shift in culture. And he retained Dan Quinn. So, hey, y'all better quit playing with this, man. That boy Mike McCarthy so smooth. I don't even think people understand what this man got going on. Mike McCarthy, he was able to maneuver through all of the Dallas politics, all of the Jerry Jones antics, and all of the crazy stuff that come along with being the head coach with the Cowboys. He was able to maneuver through all of that, right? He was able to get Kellen Moore whacked. He was able to do that. On top of while retaining Dan Quinn, I don't even think he get enough credit for that. Trap. If Mike McCarthy was a sucker, if he went a done like he is, if he went Mike Soprano like he is, he would have been real intimidated. He would have been in there looking at Dan Quinn like, oh, he coming for my job. I got to get rid of him. No, sir. Mike McCarthy is a man that stand on his principle. Mike McCarthy said, listen here, I'm not intimidated about you getting my job. I want you to be here because I understand the bigger picture. I'm not going to let the trees cloud my vision for the forest. I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to sit here and allow Jerry Jones to stick a thorn in between us or draw a line in between the sand of us. I'm not going to allow that. I want us to be great together. I understand what your value is. I understand what you bring to the table. And I know we can do this together and be a championship football team. Trap. But a soccer coach would have been like, nah, hey, I'm going to need you to go, my Dan Quinn, because you might be, I got to look over my shoulder from a job. I'm scared. I'm not ready to, take on that kind of pressure. Mike McCarthy said, look, I ain't studying none of that stuff they talking about. I need you on my team because I know what we can do together and we can be great. That's a big time move from your head coach Mike McCarthy. And y'all don't even give him enough credit for that. That's all I'm saying. Y'all gonna put some respect on Mike McCarthy's name. This man and maneuver through this gauntlet of media scrutiny in Dallas wonderfully. And I bet you any kind of money, Mike McCarthy probably ain't never been this heavily scrutinized in his life. Mike McCarthy did this by himself, and he stepped in, maneuvered, got around a lot of crazy stuff, and dodged a whole lot of bullets. And he still got what he wanted. Being a play caller, being the head coach in Dallas, he did all of that. So, man, y'all better quit playing with Big Mike McCarthy, man. I ain't got time for it. Of course, you know we America's team. We are on the top of the Forbes list. We just want to show y'all, you know, the reason why the haters can't stand us and they look at everything we do. Excuse me. The world's most profitable sports team, Dallas Cowboys, coming in at number 1 over every single thing in the world as far as sports go. Man, we bigger than the Yankees. We bigger than the Lakers. Bigger than the Knicks. Bigger than everybody, man. You know, that's different right there. And it's surprising that the Patriots came in second like that, too. I ain't seen them doing that like that. They said 3-year total operating income. Oh, that's just 3 years. I about to say, because I'm sure the Lakers or somebody would be up higher than that if it was the full spectrum. But in this 3 years, Dallas Cowboys, you know, year in and year out, we running it. It's no debate about that. Who we are, we already know this organization is him.
You played me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
Now, this is the interview from 105.3 The Fan. Y'all make sure y'all go check out this whole interview in its entirety on 105.3 The Fan's YouTube page.
You mentioned Dak. You played with a lot of good quarterbacks.
This is Brandon Cooks on Dak Prescott.
So what do you see from Dak compared to some of the other signal callers you played with?
I mean, the biggest thing that jumped off the bat to me is I mean, I'll follow Dak into a front line already.
Ooh. Trap. Man, that boy coming in hot, y'all. I'm sorry. That boy said I'll follow Dak to a front line already. He ain't wasting no time. This boy leadership is just different, man. I love it. Brandon Cooks been here, 48 hours, and he already ready to ride for Dak Prescott, man. Y'all better put some respect on our quarterback name. A lot of y'all got us messed up, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of like false narratives out there that it seems like they bleed into our community, and y'all still support the foolishness. I don't understand it sometimes, but hey,
I mean, his leadership.
You gotta live and learn.
It's unbelievable and special to be. I mean, I'll follow Dak into a front line already. I mean, his leadership skills is unbelievable and special to be relatively so young in a sense in this league. The way that he can lead his offense, lead this team, you know, it's contagious and it makes everyone around him better.
It's contagious, y'all. Y'all don't understand what's going on. This boy said it's contagious. This leadership is just different. They don't speak about other quarterbacks like that, like not all quarterbacks. Of course, there's some great leaders in the quarterback position in the NFL, but trust me, you don't hear that type of glowing reports for every quarterback. This is like a different level. And then it's a way you could just be professional and say, okay, I like my quarterback. You can just stroke his ego slightly, but when people just go on and on and on about how great of a leader and how great of a guy and how great of a player this player is, y'all should take heed to that. That's not fake. That's not false. That's not a PC answer right there. That's an answer that Brandon Cooks really felt like to me.
Have you been in his backyard yet? We call it the Dak yard, but have you ran around?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've been back there, especially before the start of actual practices. So yeah, we've been back there.
How much different is Dak yard work compared to OTA work?
I mean, I really wouldn't say much difference. Obviously, you know, we're not going against somebody on
a lot of us, we ain't even know he been to the backyard. I don't even think they took pictures with him back there. So I'm tripping off of that. I ain't gonna lie.
It's at the backyard, but other than that, I mean, the way that, you know, we focus and we go to work, all it is just moving it from one field to another. So it's pretty similar in that aspect.
Hold on, Mr. Tom Downey got a question. Let's see. He says, is bragging about being the most valuable franchise a constellation prize? If if he is worth so much, why is he so damn cheap about signing players to get us over the hump? That's a good question. See, you kind of hit me with the juke move, because I thought you were going one way, and then at the end of the question you went another way. So you got me there. I ain't gonna lie, I thought you wanted some other kind of smoke. But hey, that's a good question. I can't even argue with you right there. But hey, it looks like he's changing a little bit, right, Tom? Because these were some uncharacteristic moves. I think that's fair. Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore, those were uncharacteristic moves. Now, a lot of people won't give them the credit because they didn't give up much to get them, but they still got to pay them, right? They still got to pay them. The Cowboys, he said, I want to win. Hey, I feel you, my guy. Look, tell me if I'm right, though. The old Cowboy, Dollar Bill Jones, wouldn't even wanted to pay him. He wouldn't even wanted to pay him.
Shut down! Pay no country boy nothing!
So I'm looking at it the same way like you said. You got to understand, we've been banging on the table. I'd be a fool to sit up here to take over for the front office in that aspect, but I'm not going to do that. But I will say I give them credit, because this year it looks like they doing a little different. They operating on a different kind of level right now. Like, even though they only gave up 5th round picks for these two players, they still had to turn around and pay them. So we do got to give them a little credit for that, Tom. Let me know if I'm wrong, I'm a very logical person, man. I don't just argue about craziness. If you get me, you get me. I tell the truth.
In my mind, you guys get out there and you start talking a little bit and competing, and the next thing you know, you're playing like 4-on-4 with Dak as the all-time QB.
Yeah.
Does that ever break out?
No. I think we got to be smart from that aspect. Okay. But yeah, no doubt.
All right, Brandon, you've hung around offenses with Sean McVay at the helm, Sean Payton. As you get into this Mike McCarthy, Brian Schottenheimer offense, what stands out to you? What excites you?
I mean, I love the thought process of how Coach McCarthy talk about, jumping out your shoes and being able to attack defenses, not, waiting for something to present itself, but to go and attack and make them defend us. Having that.
Oh, man.
Trap.
See, if you've been paying attention, if you've been tapped into what a lot of us Cowboys content creators been saying across the board, according about Kellen Moore, about the way he liked to operate. Kellen Moore said this himself. He said he liked to aggressively take what the defense gives him. And I feel like that's foolishness, that's malarkey, that's hogwash, because what if I aggressively give you a check down? How you gonna aggressively take that?
Trap.
Did you see, like, more and more we hear from Mike McCarthy and the way they want to build his new offense? Of course, Mike McCarthy ain't going to give you much at all. You got to pay attention to that. Mike ain't going to give you much information about what he doing at all. So we got to go around it. We got to go ask this person a little something. We got to ask this person a little something. We got to ask every single player around him a little information to get a little collective of what Mike McCarthy doing. So when you think about that, man, Mike McCarthy's whole philosophy was 100% different from what I just told you Kellen Moore said. What Kellen Moore said, I'm going to aggressively take what the defense gives me. Man, you can't aggressively receive nothing, man. What are you talking about? That's like you gonna aggressively receive a right hook. It don't work like that. Trap. The aggressor takes stuff. We don't receive anything. We take stuff. So that whole philosophy was flawed in my opinion. But did you hear what he said Mike McCarthy want to do? He said Mike McCarthy want to attack. He's not going to sit back and hope they do something and then counter. He said Mike McCarthy is attacking people, sir.
Trap.
Mike McCarthy is attacking people. That's what type of offense I want. I don't want no conservative, old, reactive type offense. Your offense supposed to be aggressive. And that's why I told you, when I did the analysis of Mike McCarthy, the person I felt like he was, what did I say? I said, man, Mike McCarthy is not finna fall on the sword for the Joneses. He is not finna do it. And as HT on Sports, that's my guy. Shout out to you, sir. Tell me if I'm wrong. The people that's been following me throughout this whole process in the offseason, what did I say about Mike McCarthy? I said he is not a guy that's finna fall on the sword for the Joneses. He's not finna do it. This man got his own reputation. He's not finna fall on the sword for them. Then what else I said? He is going to demand him a weapon. What did he do? Go get Brandon Cooks. This is what I'm telling you.
Trap.
So this is not that. Like, Mike McCarthy is not going to, like, fall on the sword and follow that narrative that some of these other coaches will. Like, that's why I like about him, and that's why I'm glad he ended up getting his way, because Kellen Moore was a problem, and he needed to get out the way. Now we got a seasoned championship-level play caller in Mike McCarthy in Dallas. We ain't seen that like that in a very long time. I'll say that. An attacker. You know what I'm saying? An aggressor. Think about this, man. Look, I just said a mic drop low key. How can how can you aggressively receive anything? Like, let me know, y'all, please. You can aggressively take something, but you can't aggressively receive anything. Like, well, you can snatch it from them, I guess. You can probably snatch it from them, I guess. You know, I'll give you that. But, man, you can't aggressively receive nothing, bro. That's why you got to go take. The people who you think and consider aggressive, they take stuff. You take what you want in this league. You don't receive anything.
That West Coast mindset. I mean, he's been doing it for so long, him and Shotty. So I look forward to that for sure.
Okay, talking about that room, there's been a lot of fellow receivers across the NFL that have talked really high about CeeDee Lamb. They're putting him in their top 10 route runner list, top 10 receiver list. What do you think about CeeDee? Is he just ready to emerge as one of the alphas in the league?
No question. I think
he ain't hesitate at all, did he, y'all? He said no question. He said that ASAP. Listen to him now.
Like I said earlier on when I was asked, I mean, he's been electric since he got in the league, but last year you really seen him take that huge leap. And I think he's going to do that again for many reasons, obviously, because of how good he is, but also having other dogs around him.
That boy said he got some dogs around him now. Hey, that's one of the biggest things about it. Like I said, CD did this phenomenal year by himself. That was his first year being a number one. That was his first year being that guy, that what you can say, that security blanket basically for Dak. You ain't seen CD in that role. Now you seen him in that role without no help, with Noah Brown as your second receiver. That's just foolishness. Now you got a real deal number 2 receiver in Brandon Cooks. Then you got a decent, well, hopefully a resurgent Michael Gallup. Hopefully he can get back to where he was. Like, if you get those things to happen, man, this offense could take off. And I feel good about Kevontae Turpin too. If you can get him sprinkled in somewhere, man, I'm telling you, this offense could be dangerous. I don't think Mike McCarthy's going to just sit up there and let Turpin just collect dust on the bench. This dude's skill set is too different for that. It's too different. Now, do I need to take a light break, Miss Patrice? Is they doing me wrong? Is they stealing in the trap? Don't tell me that. Please, y'all. Y'all know I'm trying to grow this show. You know, I'm trying to beat up the algorithm. I'm trying to beat the algorithm like Dak do the Eagles, y'all. So don't act like an Eagles fan. Please hit that like button. Let me get this out here. You know what I'm saying? Let me help your boy beat the algorithm, man. I will appreciate it. I ain't going to speak on it no more. I know y'all going to take care of me. Sometimes y'all just forget, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully they ain't stealing no more, Miss Patrice. I appreciate all the love and support, though. So let's get back into the content.
That can present him with those one-on-ones. And, you know, he get those one-on-ones, then, you know, the rest take care of itself.
See, this is something that CeeDee Lamb didn't really have a chance to get. That's why you had to run all these complex route schemes last year, because when nobody finna give CeeDee no one-on-ones, like, that's why you got to move CeeDee Lamb around, because when nobody finna give him no one-on-ones, they already knew, like, hey, CeeDee Lamb is the biggest threat on the Dallas Cowboys, so what we going to do? We going to bracket them, we going to double them, wherever we can. But that's one good thing from Kellen Moore. Like, you know, they say a broken clock is right how many times a day? 2 times. So you got to give credit Kellen Moore his props on that. I did like the way he kind of utilized CeeDee Lamb. I believe it came later on in the year. I don't think he started off like that. I don't know if that was some influence from other people or what, because that typically wasn't Kellen Moore. Think about that now. I'm gonna do this solid. I'm gonna give that Kellen Moore props. But if y'all are aware, we can agree to this now. That's not typical Kellen Moore stuff. Kellen Moore didn't never feature no wide receiver. But I'm going to do y'all this solid. I'm going to give that credit to Kellen Moore. So I want to be as fair as possible. We have never seen Kellen Moore feature a wide receiver ever in life. But it happened last year, so he got to have a little credit in that. So I give it to him this time.
Hey, Brandon, Zach asked you about the productivity that you've had and stuff. If you were to evaluate yourself, give me where you think that your strength is. I mean, you go get a football, you'll separate, you're a route runner. If you said, hey, listen, I hang my hat on this particular trait that I have.
I think at the end of the day, I know it's a broad statement, but just being able to run the full route tree. I think when you think of a speed guy, when you hear that word, a lot of people think, oh, he can just run straight and go get a ball. But I think you got to respect me from all levels of the field. And to be, I guess, quote unquote, on the shorter side, to be able to do that, I think that's special. And I look up and learned that a lot from like Steve Smith and Antonio Brown, like those guys that have been very successful on the field and under that 6 foot mark. So being able to run the whole route tree, I think, is what I hang my hat on.
Listen, y'all. If y'all understand the skill set of y'all quarterback, Dak Prescott, an open receiver is his best friend. If you can get separation with Dak at the quarterback, listen here, Dak gonna hit you. If you get separation, Dak gonna hit you. That's something you'll never have to worry about with Dak Prescott. I always go back to that quote he told Dez. He told Dez Bryant, like, hey, man, look, if you get open, I'm gonna get you the ball. Dak is pretty much an equal opportunist when it comes to that aspect of the game. And, man, he is going to absolutely love Brandon Cooks, y'all. He going to love this dude. Dak is going to love this dude because, like he just said, he ran the whole route tree. Like, look, Michael Gallup, that's really not his strong suit right there. He's not strong with the K in that aspect. He's just not. Let's just be honest. Michael Gallup is a deep threat. Like, and it's crazy because he's not the fastest guy, but Michael Gallup, that's his skill set. He's a deep threat. What else his skill set is? His skill set is high pointing the football. What else his skill set is? His skill set is catching the ball on the outside, on the sideline, toe taps. That's Michael Gallup's skill set. It's never been this super nuanced, refined route runner. That's never been Michael Gallup. And that's not a shot to him. That don't mean he's not capable of doing routes, but that just means that's not the area that he excels in. Shout out to Big Gibson with the $20 super. I appreciate you, sir. Real talk. Trap. He said Dak will shut the 3 and 4 letter networks up this year. Kellen had too many bells with his offensive structure. Mike McCarthy is a great play caller and installer. DC4L, man. Shout out to you, sir. Trap. Hey, I agree, man. I think, man, Dak finna go off, y'all. Like, I am a big Dak Prescott fan. Like, don't make no mistake about it. So, it could be a slight bias in there. But I really think Dak finna cut up. Because, like, one of the reasons I say that is because I never seen Dak not perform at a super high level with a nice slot receiver. When he got CeeDee Lamb, man, Dak went crazy. When he got Randall Cobb, Dak went crazy. Now, the team didn't have the ultimate success, but I've never seen Dak with a nice slot receiver and not go crazy. Excuse me. Now, I know these glowing reports I just made about my guy Dak Prescott got DeQuincy in a real pickle right now. I know you might be burning at the ears right now, sir. I know it. Trap. We already know if y'all not the first person, if this not your first time tuning in to Landlord from Alabama, y'all know my guy DeQuincy. This is his normal morning routine. He wakes up, he stretches, he go brush his teeth, and then he consistently hates on Dak Prescott. That's what he do. Trap. So I know me talking glowingly about my boy Dak got my guy DeQuincy in a pickle right now. He probably turned me out for a minute, you know what I'm saying, knowing him. But, yeah, man, look, Dak finna go crazy, y'all. Make no mistake about it. I feel very great about this offense, especially with a seasoned championship-level play caller with Mike McCarthy, man. I really feel great about this. We finna go crazy, in my opinion, y'all. Real talk. But let's get back into the interview.
That can really just make plays.
This is CeeDee Lamb.
He's very fast, very young, and has very fresh legs. So very confident in each and every one of them.
They asked him about Jalen Tolbert.
Oh, no, he's gotten better. Route running, his ability.
Look, you see how people say it with such like being so sure of it. He said, he's got better. He said that. He said that ASAP. He said that so quick. What the Quincy said, I know he been getting mad at me. He said, Dak is what he is. Oh, look, Dak is what he is. We already know what he gonna do. Ball out. Yeah, exactly. But, man, did you hear how sure CeeDee Lamb was? CeeDee said, he's got better. All I've been hearing is how much better Jalen Tolbert has gotten, and I'm excited about that too. Of course, we probably ain't going to sign back T.Y. Hilton, so that number 4 receiver spot is wide open, and I believe it's a battle between Tolbert and Simmons. They going to have to duel it out, may the best man win, and, it might be more, I don't know, both of them are what? Both of them are people we drafted, so it's going to be iffy to say who got the edge, because you know how the Joneses is. They'll show a little love to their draft picks now. Calm down and say, who is Jalen Tolbert? He's a friend of the show, actually, and he's finna go crazy, I believe, this year. Trap. I really do. I think Kellen Moore offense was holding him back. If you heard the young man, he didn't know what was going on. And in college, they even just told him certain things to do, and he dominated. With just small instructions, he went and dominated in college, like with no problem. Fly Guy says, I had to subscribe to this from D.C. to Dallas, D.C. for life. I appreciate you, my guy, man. Shout out to the D.C. area over there. Trap. But yeah, man, I really do think Tolbert got a good chance, man. Like, I don't know what's up with people, like, after 1 year, they just writing people off. Where have we ever done that? This is America, people. We don't write people off after 1 year. Come on now. How many great American come-up stories we done heard? Like, is y'all crazy? Y'all gonna write a kid off after 1 year? Come on now. Well, listen to this. Okay, he said that's not Kellen's fault. Okay, think about this. It's probably not only his fault, but it's a combination of people's fault. Because think about this. We ain't the only people who knew that Jalen Tolbert just started playing receiver in the 11th grade. They knew that. You think the Cowboys didn't do their research on this kid and knew that he was probably going to have a learning curve coming from that level of football to this level of football? You don't think they researchers knew that? So whose fault was it really? You think it's the kid fault? They knew all his information, or do you think they put him in a pretty bad situation to think he's finna replace some production from pretty much a Pro Bowl player? Who fault is that? Because like, look, that's like if I go out and buy a car when I needed a truck. Like, that's my fault. Trap. Let me know if I'm wrong. Like, you know what you are purchasing. You did all the research. You knew you needed a truck bed on the end of your vehicle, but you still went and got a car. That's not his fault. Like, he is who he is. And he's a young player that's learning the system. That's who he is. And instead, they put him in the most complex system ever. You heard even veteran players saying this system was complicated. Now you hear Mike McCarthy saying this system is super wordy. You think those are good characteristics for a system for somebody who's not even on that level of football knowledge yet? You think that's going to help him? I just played the clips the other day that Mike McCarthy saying that Kellen Moore's system was wordy. You think that's going to be simplified for a player who started playing football his junior year in high school? You see what I'm saying? So, of course, he didn't produce, but at the same time, that's the organization problem too, because they could have just went and picked somebody who been playing football since Little League, if that's the case. You gotta let me know if you right or wrong. Like that's a collective team error. Like it really shouldn't be as much blame on the player. The player is who the player is. And then on see Burleson said 4 curls routes isn't hard though. Hey, I give you that. I give you that. Trap. Man, look. I don't know if Kellen was calling curls, C. Burleson, or what y'all think? Do y'all think Kellen was calling for curls all the time? Or do you think they was running option routes and the defense dictated them to do curl routes? Because I'm kind of confused on that. I ain't gonna lie. The option routes, look, however the defense shows you, that's what's gonna help the wide receiver choose what route to run. This why I said you cannot aggressively take what somebody gives you. Cause look, if I know you reading my defense, I'm gonna give you a look that's gonna make you do curl routes. That's what I'm gonna do. Trap. Right or wrong. If I'm a you know football is chess, bro. This is a chess game. If I sit up here and see this defense going, I'm like, okay, if I know that Kellen Moore is gonna run a route, basically depending upon what kind of defense I show him. So I'm going to show him a defense that's going to make him do curl routes. That's what I'm going to do. This is not hard. If you're going to take what I give you, I'm going to give you curl routes. Right? I don't know hold on. We might need to take a vote. Do y'all think Kellen was sitting up here calling 4 curl routes for real? Or do y'all think the option routes made them boys do curl routes? Because I don't think Kellen that stupid now. I ain't gonna, I'm the biggest Kellen Moore. I'm probably one of the biggest Kellen Moore haters in the world. But I ain't gonna do Kellen like that now. So do y'all think this man consistently was calling 4 curl routes, man? Good grief. Trap. Man, y'all gotta chill out, man. Y'all gotta chill out. This man, so he basically drawing up plays with a crayon. That's what you telling me. Cause look, if we doing multiple option routes, they don't know what route they gonna run. The receiving core don't know yet. So if they happen to all do curls, that's just a coincidence. So y'all, man, don't tell me y'all think he just doing it like that. Now I think sometimes he do, but every time, come on, man. Carl Main said he was that dumb, bro. Yeah, y'all wrong, bro. Y'all wrong. I don't know. It's a lot of votes for yes. You gotta say it's a lot of votes for yes. I don't know, man. Y'all wilding out. I don't want to think that low of the man. Like he was an NFL play caller, even though we the ones that gave him that level, cause he definitely didn't earn anything. Like, he didn't have a resume that said he should be in that level. You know what I'm saying? We gave him that, so I don't know. Shout out to Michael Archer with the $10 super, man. I appreciate you. He said, just letting everyone know again if no one seen it. Hold on, wait a minute. He says, just letting everyone know again if no one seen it. If everyone is that, hit that like and share. First thing the content will spread. I do it so I don't forget. DC4L and landlord always keeping it 100 fire. I appreciate you. Trap. I know that them little buttons be getting you sometimes, because I was kind of confused for a second, but I appreciate you, sir. ATM said more than likely 4 curls. Man, y'all don't do Kellen like that, man. Don't do Kellen like that, man. Look, ATM, your grandson went call for curl route, sir. He went. I got faith in him, bro. He wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see nobody. My son is 8 years old. He would not call for curl routes on Madden. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do it. Trap. And you know something else my son wouldn't do? He wouldn't target Noah Brown 75 times either. He wouldn't do that. I'm just telling y'all, I'm trying to be respectful to the young man, Mr. Kellen Moore. I don't want to do this man like that, okay? He wasn't just calling for curl routes, okay? We're not going to do this man like that. We're not. We ain't going to do that. Y'all trying to get me counseled? That what y'all trying to do? Tom says Kellen Moore for sure flicks the light on and off to get a room to quiet down. Hey, y'all so crazy. Miss Gina said Kellen called Cheetos and cheese curls one game, man. The cheese curls. Y'all got me weak this morning. Miss Regina said he called some cheese curls. And y'all know I made the video said Kellen's last curl. Hey, that was his last curl. And on the biggest play of his life, on the most critical situation ever for Kellen Moore, this young man called 4 curl routes. I don't want to believe that, y'all. I don't want to believe that. I want to believe in my head that he called 4 option routes and the receivers just so happened to run curl routes. That's what I want to believe. Because I don't want to believe they like that, man. Yeah, Silver Slayer, the cheese curls. Like, nah, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. HTM said, if you call a double reverse after first down, I believe you a call. Oh, man. Y'all got to get up off Kellen Moore top like this, man. That's just wrong. This man ain't like that. This man at least smart, ain't it? He got a boys' state education. This man is smart. He's not going to call for curl routes. He wouldn't do that. Then he learned up on the Jason Garrett too, didn't it? I don't want nothing to do with it. Is the Jason Garrett administration like completely demolished out of this organization right now? Because I don't think it's no more layovers no more. I think it's completely Mike McCarthy now. Right? Somebody help me out. Is it any more Kellen Moore people? I know HTM know. Is there any more Garrett people in the building? I think all the coaches gone. I think everybody. It's just only a few players still left. So I think most of that stuff is gone. We gotta rinse that Jason Garrett stuff off. We gotta get that out of here. Joe Tranchina says Kellen Moore is so dumb and fell off a 10-story building. He was stopped for directions. Man, chill out, Joe, you mad and furious over there in Italy, sir. Chill out now. What time is it right now, Joe, in Italy? Let me know. ATL said he learned from Linehan, not Garrett. Garrett was calling shot plays, not curls. Jason Garrett was running the ball. That's all he was doing. Hey, man, shout out to Vice Lombard in the building, man. What's happening with you, sir? Trap. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I'm just working, sir. I'm just working, man. I salute to y'all, man. Y'all doing great work over there. Y'all make sure y'all go holler at Vach, man. If y'all do a show today, I'll probably tap in with you, man. But shout out to you. Iceberg Slim says offense put points on the board. He just didn't have defense. Jason Garrett, now y'all know we was mad at Jason Garrett after a while. Like, don't sit up here and act like Jason Garrett was good now. Because we was mad at Jason Garrett too. Jason Garrett used to run straight into a brick wall every day. He used to do the definition of insanity. He used to do the same thing, expecting different results. Y'all know that. He did it every time. He ran the straight I formation runs. Jason Garrett got stale at the end. Now, we was looking at him like the golden boy at the beginning too. But it got stale. So, let's not act like Jason Garrett did no wrong now. Let's not act like that. Tom Downey said, landlord, who is the person who endorsed and gave power to him? He's still around. Who you talking about? You talking about Jason Garrett or Kellen Moore? Let me know. I'm confused. Blue Star Mafia says there are only 10 players left from the Jason Garrett era. Oh, okay, 10 players. I don't think it's no coaches. left. HTM said we was mad at Linehan. Garrett lost play calling responsibilities a long time ago. But we still, look, you know how it go, bro. When you an offensive coach, you know that's your calling card, right? We ain't gonna sit up here and like give you the bailout if your unit ain't doing good. They do the same thing to Nick Saban. He been the head coach for years, but if our defense bad, they gonna be like, man, what is Saban doing? Jason Garrett calling card was his offense. If his offense is not doing good, he gonna get the blame. Yeah, salute to you, man. Salute to Vice Lombardi live, man. Y'all got it rocking over there, though. Shout out to Skywalker, too, man. We appreciate y'all. The community, I told them, man, the community is spoiled, man. Our Cowboy community is spoiled. Like, and I ain't even talking about just me. It's just we got a lot of great content creators out here. C. Burleson said players still had love for Jason Garrett, but I think he lost the locker room. I don't know, man. Jason Garrett play calling got stale. And then as soon as he went to the Giants, he got clipped over there too, man. They ain't want to hear that. I ain't want to hear that from Jason Garrett over there either. HTL said it's the same for Mike McCarthy. We know Big Mike wasn't the problem, but difference is Garrett never got a chance to redeem himself. Landlord keep missing me. What happened, Mickey? Shout out to Mickey in the building. You know. My bad, Mickey. What I do? What I do, Mickey? But HTM says it's a difference. The difference is Jason Garrett got a chance to redeem himself. So what you saying? You wanted Jason Garrett to get the play calling privileges back? That's what you saying? Because he was calling plays at first, right? If I'm not mistaken. You know, I try to forget those 8 and 8 years. You know what I'm saying? I want that to escape my memory, sir. I want to forget about those 8 and 8 days. You know what I'm saying? We on to bigger and better things, sir. We are. Let's see. Tom says it is a crime that Jerry gave Jason Garrett a decade. Exactly, sir. Now, Tom, we agree on something, right? We finally agree on something. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have gave that man no 10 years. I don't care what he did. Even if he reinvented the wheel, he shouldn't have got no 10 years here. So when people be saying all that 27 years and stuff, like, hey, you got to respect it, but in the back of my head, I be like, man, 10 on with Jason Garrett. I don't want to hear that. So I still be, you know, I be in my feelings when they say it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, it ain't really like we just been terrible. I blame a lot of it on Jason Garrett. Shit, I'm sorry. Iceberg says, landlord, give Jason Garrett this defense. He gets at least 2 Super Bowls. You think so, Iceberg? Iceberg always be on some some against the grain type vibes, and I love it, bro. Don't change, Iceberg. Be yourself, my guy. I like that, but I don't know about that one, sir. You think Jason Garrett offense would have been booming like this? I don't know, bro. I don't know. We might have to do a vote on that. So you high on Jason Garrett offense? Well, you ain't seen Mike McCarthy offense in Dallas, so that wouldn't be a fair question right now. But you think Jason would have been in like that? I don't know. I think Zeke kind of Zeke kind of carried that offense though. He ain't got Zeke on this offense. Not 2016 Zeke. I don't know about that. That's an interesting take though, Iceberg. Real talk. So it sounds like you higher on Garrett offense than Mike. But the one thing I give Garrett was doing common sense stuff though. Jason Garrett was doing common sense stuff. Like he wasn't doing no super flashy crazy stuff. Like if it's 2nd and 2, Jason Garrett gonna run the ball. If it's 3rd and 5, Jason Garrett might still run the ball with Zeke. So I ain't mad at that. And then one thing that kind of hindered him, and it was kind of a good thing, Jason Garrett his whole philosophy was like, hey, my guys are better than your guys. Let's line up and we gonna beat you. And it worked a long time until our players wasn't way better than our opponents. When it come to that, now it's not as easy to get those dubs. But Jason Garrett strongly believed that, hey, if we line up against y'all, we gonna beat y'all. Vouch says the Dan Quinn era about to be better than both. Don't do that. Wait a minute, Vouch. You skipping over the Mike McCarthy era, sir. Chill out. You just gonna kick Mike McCarthy on out the way, man. That's my guy, man. Big Mike, my guy. Don't do Mike McCarthy like that, Vouch. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, he got a couple more years in my book. In my opinion, Mike McCarthy time should reboot. Real talk, cause he had Kellen Moore in the way. You got to give Mike McCarthy a little grace, in my opinion. Yeah, Jason Garrett gonna clap you to death. Hey, we got to give Mike McCarthy a reboot, man, because that wasn't his fault. That wasn't Mike McCarthy's fault. You got to give him a reboot. Man, hey, Vice, let me know if that's what you saying, man. You just gonna push my boy under the bus like that, man. Chill out. Hey, chill out with that. Don't do Mike McCarthy like that. Sports Guru said Jason Garrett would have high DQ, so Cowboys wouldn't have a defense like this. Jason Garrett might have not been a strong enough character to survive DQ. So you might be right, Sports Guru. What y'all think about that? I don't know if Jason Garrett would have been able to, stand side by side with DQ, bro. I don't know, because the only reason I feel like Mike McCarthy can, because he's a proven coach. Like, many people wouldn't be able to stand side by side with DQ like that without feeling insecure about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Trap. For real. Trap. So, I don't know. I don't think that's a good point. Who said that? Sports Guru, that's a good point. I don't think he would have been able to stand side by side with DQ like that. Jason Garrett would have been looking over his shoulder the whole time. Mike McCarthy is cool in himself. Vice said McCarthy best trait is firing people when it get bad. Yeah, he got rid of Kelly. But what you said was you kicking Mike McCarthy under the bus though. That's what I'm trying to see, because that's interesting. You know, that's interesting, because things will have to go awry. It'll have to get real grim in the next couple of years to, well, no. Let me know, Vouch, because I gotta know. If y'all kicking Mike McCarthy under the bus, right, things will have to get grim this year, because DQ more than likely gone next year. Like, we know that. Trap. He said, I'm kicking him off the bus regardless. Man, chill out. You wildin' out. Yeah, I can do a show, HTM. But nah, Vouch, you wildin' out, man. You wildin' out. Don't do Mike McCarthy like that. Well, look, if he win a Super Bowl, you ain't kicking him nowhere. Because I think we got a shot, man. We got a shot this year. But like I was saying, though, like I don't see nobody else, well, not none of our past coaches outside of Parcells or somebody, being able to withstand DQ. DQ got a presence by himself, don't he? I seen him when he first got in the building. I was like, man, I like this dude. DQ spoke with so much confidence, and he held the room the right kind of way. I already knew, like, people like D-Law and them was going to love DQ, because he's just a cool guy. Did y'all hear how Mizer was talking to him? Mizer was talking to him like he was his homeboy, like, first day. Trap. Hey, okay. I see what the method to your madness is. He said Mike McCarthy not horrible, but he don't want to lose Dan Quinn. So you saying Dan over everything. I ain't too mad at that. I don't know though. That's a tough one, man. Cause I like the two kings standing side by side. He said Mike McCarthy winning because of Dan Quinn right now. Well, it wasn't because of Kellen Moore, though. We know that. Look, I'll say this. You got to at least give him his time to shine alone, Vouch. You got to at least give him his time now. Now, if you want to judge him after this year, I think it's fair. Let's see how he do while the ball is in his court, while he has all the control. I think that'll be fair. I don't want to choose either. I don't want to choose either. Tom Donner said you can only have one king, though, landlord. That's true. But I don't know, man. But look, Mike McCarthy, the right kind of king, though. Did Mike McCarthy he really could have put Dan Quinn in his place, but he didn't do that. He was smart enough to understand the bigger picture. Mike McCarthy like, nah, I ain't gonna disrespect this man just because people trying to put us against each other. Nah, I'ma still make sure he retain his proper respect and then show him that I'm not intimidated by him being alongside of me. So I think Mike McCarthy showed that he knows how to be a king. Like, somebody let me know if I'm right or wrong on that area. I think Mike showed the way. Like, he showed them, like, look, bro, I know how to be a king. And a king wouldn't be insecure because he sees somebody on the rise. Unless he was the ops. You know what I'm saying? That's different.
Hey, yo, pass me a lighter, I'm trying to smoke me up.
Dan ain't no op right now. Dan is helping him build this new identity, this new potential dynasty. You know, don't tell nobody I said it, but hey, it's possible now. But Dan is a part of this new culture that Mike McCarthy is building. He said, "You're right, brother. What's up from Vegas? What's happening with you, sir? What's happening? Make sure you play some of them numbers for your boy." You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all really turned out today. I don't know what it was, but hey, keep up the good work. Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. I appreciate all the love and support, man. And y'all make sure y'all tune in. You know we got the interview with Cavante Turpin coming up this Wednesday night. So make sure y'all tune in, man. Make sure y'all support. And I appreciate all the love, man. Y'all make sure y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Me and HTM Sports and possibly West Coast finna go do a show after this. So y'all spin the block back, man. Appreciate all the love and support. Let's get it.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. Hey, I just blew a bag, ran it back to say.
Let's go, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share. And have a good rest of y'all morning, man. Spin the block on your boy. Keith Shepard said, my cousin landlord. Yeah, I'm your country cousin. What's happening? Y'all spin the block back for your boy, man. Real talk. I appreciate you. And like I say, 1K, 1 love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.